Hi guys, my name is Larry, and today my tutorial will consist in teaching you how to create menus and submenus in a WordPress website. Before I get started, there is something I need to make myself very clear with. Well, usually when you find YouTube tutorials on how to create menus in WordPress, you will find dashboards like the one on this picture below. But you have to be aware that actually this kind of dashboard is only available if you're using a professional version of WordPress or if you subscribe to a monthly plan. So this dashboard is not available if you are using only a free version of WordPress. And keep in mind that today's tutorial is only focused on how to create menus using the free version of WordPress. So, to get back to my subject, this is how, well, if you get back to the WordPress homepage, when you log in and sign in to your account, this is how your dashboard should look like if you're using the free version of WordPress. So basically, on top of the website, you have three different tabs. The first one being the right button. So basically, you would use the right button to publish articles or to publish contents on your blog or websites. The other ones on the left are more confusing if you are not familiar with WordPress. So, what is the difference between the My Site and the Reader tab? Actually, the Reader tab is meant to interact with the WordPress community. So basically, on the Reader tab, you can follow other websites created by other users of the WordPress community. You can start a discussion asking any advice or question to the WordPress community, or you can also click the Discover section, which is actually a set of articles which give you advice and different tips to make your websites or blog more professional. So as you can see, there are tips and different articles to teach you how to create your website in a more professional way. When you scroll down, there are also the most popular posts or pictures of the week you can see in the Discover section. So the Reader tab is not relevant if you want to create or edit your website. So as our objective today is to create a menu, I'm going to click on the My Site tab. So when I click on this tab, there are different options available. As you can guess, the media and the blog post tab are not relevant to our tutorial as we want to create a menu, not to publish contents or articles. So I'm not going to use the media or blog post section in today's tutorial. Well, the site pages can be relevant to some extent to our objective, as a site page is actually an item you can add to create a menu, but as I will explain a few minutes later, a site page is only one item among many others you can add if you want to create your own menu. So I'm not gonna click or use this option, but this is something you can use according to your objectives. So that leaves us with two possibilities on this left menu, which are the View Site tab and the Themes tab. I'm gonna go straight to the point. The View Site tab is not relevant if you want to edit your website, because functionality is only meant to visualize your content and to have an overview of what your website would look like from an external user point of view. So basically, you could switch from a desktop to a cell phone or a tablet interface to have an idea of what your website would look like. So that's not relevant to our tutorial today. So that leaves us with one possibility, which is the themes tab. When you click the themes tab, uh, if you want to edit your menu or edit your content, make sure you click on the customize button, because if you only click on the themes tab, well, you will only be able to see different layouts and features to change your website backgrounds. But if you do not click the customize button, the dashboard will not show up. So I will click the customize button as my objective is creating a menu. Okay, so it takes some time to load, but it should take less than a second. Okay, so here we go. So as you can see, a left menu shows up on the screen, and there are different options available, like changing your background or your colors, changing your header image. But as my objective is creating a menu, I will click on the menu section. So as you can see, there are different menus. There are different kinds of menus you can insert in your website. The primary menu is basically the main menu a user would see on your homepage, like the one you can see on the screen. A social links menu is the second kind of menu you can insert on on a website. So it is basically actually a set of icons, a, a set of social media icons like Facebook, Twitter, so that you can link your website to your social media accounts such as Facebook, Twitter. So your social links menu are just icons of your social media accounts actually below your website. So usually you will be modifying your primary menu. So if you want to edit your primary menu, you will click on the primary tab, and normally you will see the different tabs of your menu available. If you want to edit the tabs and item inside your menu, you need to click the add items button. And this is where it can be a bit confusing if you are not familiar with WordPress. So how do you distinguish the different items you can add to your menu? What is the difference between them? So the post item is very intuitive, as it is meant to use an article or a content of your blog and add it as a tab, directly as a tab inside your menu. The custom links tab is actually meant to add an external link or an external website as a tab inside your menu. So that leaves us with the pages, the categories, and tags section. So what is the difference between pages, category, and tags? Well, basically, the pages tab is actually meant if you want to display information which you are not likely to change on your website. So it would be information like your contact information or what this blog is about. So for example, on my website, a website page would be the about section of my blog, like this one. And this is information you are not likely to change before a long time. So in this case, a pages item is more appropriate. But as you can guess, a pages item is not appropriate if you want to create content your users will be able to comment or to interact with. If you want to create contents your user can interact with, you need to use the categories and the tags tab. Actually, there are no major differences between both options. You can use either of them if you want to classify your content and make a hierarchy between them. Well, but there is something which is a bit confusing if you're not familiar with WordPress. To create a new category, you cannot directly use the customize menu. If you want to create a new category, you have to get back to the WordPress homepage, and you have to write a new article. So to create a new category, you would press the right button. There is a menu which shows up on your right, so you would click on the categories and tags tab, and you would click on the folder below add new category. So you can write the name of your new category, and you would just add it to the items available for your menu. So I'm gonna get back to the home page, as it takes some time for WordPress to take into account changes. So I'm gonna get back to my customized menu, and just give me 1 second, sorry. If I get back to my menus tab, and if I edit my primary menu, normally I should see the new categories I've just created in my running menu. So here we go. As you can see, the category I just created on my publishing interface is available as an item I can add to my menu. And if I click the plus sign, you can see the category adds up as a new tab inside my menu. Once you add items to your menu, you can click the reorder button if you want to change the order of your tabs. So you can click the up or the down button if you want to reorder your items. But my question at the beginning was how to create some menus. So I'm gonna answer this question at last. If you want to create some menus in WordPress, you have to actually change the indentation of your items, so you can make a hierarchy between the different tabs. So basically, if you want a tab to become the submenu of another tab, you just have to order it below the category you want it to belong to, and you just have to click on the left arrow so that you can shift this tab to the left. So, for example, if I want test category 4 to become the submenu of quizzes and exercises, I would shift my tab to the left so I can change its indentation. And as you can see, when I shift to the left, my test category becomes the submenu of quizzes and exercises. And you can shift on the right, on your left, as many times as you want. So I shifted one time for test category 4, but if I wanted to create an item which would in itself become the submenu of test category 4, I could switch twice instead of one time. So this is how you create submenus. Just one last thing before I finish this tutorial. When you add new items and you reorder, first, do not forget to click the button down if you want your reorder to be taken into account. And one last thing, when you create a new menu or you make changes, please do not forget to click the publish button, because the publish button is like the save button when you're using Word or Excel Office. Well, it is actually the button which saves you the changes you've just made. So you wouldn't want to start everything from scratch again. So if you want WordPress to take into account your changes and to save them, please do not forget to click the publish button at the end of your changes. Otherwise your WordPress do not save what you've just done. Okay, so This, I think you have the basics of how to create menus and a hierarchy of some menus in WordPress.